Hello and welcome back to Ayrton Senna Super Monaco GP2 with me as a question mark. I think the sound might be a little bit high, so I'm just going to take it down just a notch so that you can enjoy my commentary rather than the sound of the game too much. I mean, the game's got a great soundtrack, but it does tend to get a little bit repetitive after a while. I guess you could also imagine that my commentary does too. We are now in Season 5, and full disclosure, it happened again. For the second time playing this game, the recording didn't happen. I recorded a full season once again and it just did not work. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen again, because if it does, it will be a bit ridiculous. So this is, I think, the 7th season I'm playing on this game now. For you, it will be just the 5th. But don't worry, because as per the last time, everything happened exactly as it was. I winded up back at Williams yet again because I finished second in the championship. So this year we really are going for it. We really are going to try and win this championship. There's nothing else that matters but a championship victory. I am fairly certain that no matter what happens today, this will be our last attempt at this. We've got problems with the sound again, and that is because for some reason my keyboard is in sync with the volume button, so I have to keep pressing right to turn the volume up and left to turn it down. Of course, I'm in a race, so I need to turn both right and left. So the volume is going to keep going up and down, which is foolish, but I would imagine what you've come to expect from this channel if you have been watching with any regularity, because they don't like to do things too professionally on this one. So we finish in 6th. The sound of the game is completely gone now, so let's turn that up and get away from the screen. Hopefully, we should be unlocked from that now. So we are 6th. Senna is all kinds of stuff going on. Senna's in pole, we're in 6th. We can win this race though, we've done it before. We are expert at this track, providing we don't mess up early doors. But we've done pretty well there, up into 4th. Doing a good job to avoid these other cars, but it all goes a bit wrong. Back down to 5th then. So Senna's about 3.5 seconds ahead of us. That's not insurmountable on this track. It can be cool. But I do need to make sure I get past the traffic ahead of me as quickly as I can, and with as little fuss as possible. Thought I was going to do that with that car, but it didn't work. You might, if I've set it all up correctly, notice a little bit of an improvement in my sound quality today, my voice, because I've bought myself a little microphone. I've actually done it for a podcast that I do, but I thought, why not use it here as well, because it is better, definitely. And we're up to 4th. Lovely stuff. So yeah, 5 seconds to Senna, work to do, but not in the worst place, with a lot of the race still to come. And as I say, I feel like this really has to be the last season I do. People are not going to continue to watch me play this game so expertly for much longer, I would have thought. I mean, not that they've been watching in their droves, but we do have, last time I checked, an actual subscriber on the channel, which is absolutely incredible. So thank you so much to that person. For all I know, because we are recording this obviously a little bit ahead, may even have more by the time this one comes out. We've also had some listeners. I think one of my videos did over 65 views, which is not expected at all. So up into 2nd place. But as I say, I feel like those people that have watched and have tuned in and have subscribed are probably in the mood for me to do well and succeed. Maybe not, maybe they just enjoy the suffering. And if that's the case, then that will probably continue, I'm sure. So we go on. We are now within touching distance of Ayrton Senna. He's not too far ahead of me. Oh, that was a bit wide. Okay, no problem. So as I say, I did do another season and that didn't record, which was very frustrating. And as per the last time I did that, I had to kind of walk away from the game for a week or so and come back to it refreshed and feeling eager to do another one. He's right there. Oh god, I thought he was going to hit me then. We've got 2 laps left, and we don't want that to be the point at which there we go, we hit him. Lovely. That's how you do it. We're in the lead. Senna's miles behind us. We're going to beat our rival. Hopefully Senna even drops down to third, although it looks like that isn't going to happen. Yeah, we played a full season, and it went really well, actually. Well, it went quite well, and then till it did. Till about the halfway point in the season, I was in the championship, properly in it, and then I had all kinds of problems. And to be honest, I can't remember what seasons you've seen and what seasons you haven't anymore. So, apologies for that. But 1 more lap to go, 5 seconds ahead of Senna. This should be no problem at all, so long as we don't crash on this corner, which is always the one I'm most likely to crash on this track. And yeah, we just need to finish this race now in good, clean air. Make sure we do everything the right way. Come home, take the 10 points. A great start to the season this will be, but not one that's unexpected. It's when we get to Brazil, to be honest, when we get to race 2 that everything starts to fall apart. Race 1 I seem to have down. So that's, at least that is nice. And here we go. Finishing the race, try and hit the guy. There he goes up into the air. A win for Williams on this one, and Senna was second. So we lead the championship after that first race, and a really good start. Pleased with that. Hopefully Williams will be pleased with it as well, though they have been a bit moody. Nice job out there. Hardly the most rambunctious praise to give somebody. So, second race of the season, and Ferrari are challenging me. How they've got the temerity to challenge me. Temerity, I think it is. To challenge me at this point. Given I just beat Senna, I don't know. But that might play into my hands, because I'm not the best at Brazil. I think Brazil requires a little bit more power than America. So whilst I can do quite well, if I've got a more powerful car than my rival, I should be guaranteed of a victory over them. So that's actually not such a bad thing. Plus, it doesn't necessarily mean Senna's going to be first, because I'm not rivaling him. The game doesn't default him to first place, which could be another really good bonus. So actually, that's not turned out too bad for me, if I'm honest. That wasn't well taken, really, but we'll live with it. So, about to finish this qualifying lap. I don't expect miracles here. I'm not really expecting a victory. I just want to beat the Ferrari and hope that I can finish above Senna come the end of the race. Only 8th, not a good lap actually. That one corner really did mess it up. Dufay's third in his Ferrari. This is the other thing. You may see other drivers in cars that they shouldn't be, because things have shuffled around a little bit because of the seasons that I ran and didn't record. That was a ridiculous thing to happen. I'm down to 13th. Cars swarming all around me. Up to 11th. To 10th. Come on, let's cut through these guys as quick as we can. And up to 8th. That was nicely done, given that I was in all that traffic and still needed the inside line. And tried to brake late. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Right, well, we're all the way down to last place now. I told you, race 2 is where it all starts to go wrong. So we're 20 seconds behind the Ferrari after the first lap. We are miles and miles and miles behind. This is going to be extremely difficult to catch. Even though I'm in a more powerful car, he is such a long way ahead of me that I don't see an easy way to catch him, if I'm honest. I don't think this is going to happen, but we'll do our best. We've got so many cars to go past as well, that doesn't help. And we've just caught the first of them. Oh, and that's not going to help, is it? We just didn't move across quick enough after the turn. Right, well, he's now 25 seconds ahead of me. Oh my goodness, what is going on? I mean, I'm trying to be clever here. I'm trying to get the slipstream on these guys to help me speed up a little bit, but really I just need to get past them because they're not in a good place. And if you can hear anything, that's my dog in the back behind me, scrubbling on his bed. It's just stopped, as if to say, what, me? So maybe that's the trick. Okay, so 27 seconds now behind my rival. So this has been an awful, awful Brazilian Grand Prix. We're about to be beaten by a rival below us. And I feel like I'm out of practice, or what, I don't know. I think it's just that hideous start is really a problem, because it means I'm behind all these crap cars that are just not very good and holding me up. And we are now, with 3 laps to go, 34 seconds behind my rival. I could even get lapped. That's how bad this has got. But I'm really not that bad at this track. It's just been a general poor performance. And we're just going to try and do what we can to get that position up as high as we can now. Because I don't want to be completely embarrassed. Now up to 13th, 12th. Moving up through the positions. Yeah, I don't want to be lapped. That's for certain. So just got to try and do as well as we can. Up to 11th. Move past another one. "35 seconds behind my rival." I mean, he's going to be absolutely delighted with this. He's beating me. He is going to beat me today. And with me with 2 laps left, I'm struggling even to get 10th here, let alone, any points, which would have been certainly the goal at the start of the race. There's going to be accusations that I'm deliberately sabotaging myself to keep this series going. I swear to you I'm not. I really want to do something else. I really want to play a different game. I've got my own all kinds of games that I played when I was a child, and all of them are having to wait because of this ongoing series that just won't end. Still 35 seconds behind my rival, so he's not just soundly beaten me, he's absolutely trounced me today. We're on the final lap. We're not going to even catch 9th, which is disheartening. We've literally only caught 6 cars. That's how poor we've been today. But I'm just going to have to like it and lump it, I suppose. There's 9th. Come on, let's just at least overtake 9th place. Let's just get in the... Back ahead of me. Oh, up to 9th. He's done alright. He's gone into 9th. He's still right there. And he's hit the back of me. So we are going to be 9th position today. A terrible performance. And a must do better on the report card, ultimately. So, still second in the championship. Senna finished second in that race. Didn't win it, apparently. I'm not sure who did. Maybe the Ferrari. I don't know. Get a hold of yourself. No, he did win. Sorry, of course he did win. Because we won the first race. So he's up to 16 points. 6 points ahead of me. They say get a hold of yourself. I do need to get a hold of myself. The problem is it's San Marino and it's another Ferrari challenge. And we know how difficult I find San Marino. Although, to be honest, after the way I performed in Brazil, I'm tempted to say that this might be a bit of a breeze compared to that. So, not the best start. But we've won a race. The season's certainly not over yet. A hunt for the championship, an elusive first championship, is not over. It will be if I don't respond well enough to the corner coming up there, as I did then almost. I almost forgot about it. So, on we go. San Marino. We're trying to finally conquer a track we've always hated. We've always had problems with. And I feel like gradually I have gotten better. I guess in a Williams it might be possible to do some damage here. But I just need to come through. 7th place. Not the absolute best. Not the worst either though. Dufay up in pole position, which is both good and bad because it means Senna's not there. But it does mean that my rival's going to be a little bit harder to catch. Again, he will default back to the position he's supposed to be, which, with me behind him, is going to be second. That was not intended. I was trying to get the inside line without hitting anybody, and it didn't work. Now down to 14th. And right, we got past the tricky corner for the first time in the race. It's 5 seconds behind my rival. Just got to try and overtake as many people as possible, which we're doing pretty quickly. Up to 9th. Here we go. Up to 7th. Wow, this is wild. At the moment, I'm actually kind of flying by the seat of my pants a little bit to go through this field. Up to 6th. Up to 5th. Really good driving. I mean, I say really good driving. About as good as the wild driving as you can expect from me. But anyway, we're up to 5th. We're coming up to this difficult corner. We've got to be very careful now. Down to 6th. I can handle that. Right next to me. I don't like it, but he's hit the back of me, so that's lovely. That's the kind of thing I can definitely get on board with. Okay, so around these two, we're up to 4th. We're higher than we've been in this race so far. Rival's only 3.5 seconds ahead of me, and he'll be even less now after that turn. 2.6 seconds ahead of me. I'm in 4th, he's in 2nd. I'm feeling very good about this at the moment, and that is when things become a problem. So, I must stay vigilant. Okay, dealt with that corner again. I feel like the adrenaline's really pumping for this race. I just have to avoid crashing out, which has been a problem for me on this course, not just through the most tricky of the corners. Come on, this is going to be tough to stay away from him. But he hit me up to 3rd. Rival's 2 seconds ahead of me, bit less after this chicane. There he is. We can see him. We've got 3 laps to go. This is entirely doable. Not sure about winning it, but we can overtake our rival, which is got to be the first priority today after losing to him in the last race. We're always going to have a problem on that corner. We're always going to lose some time. But it's just whether or not the rest of the race we can catch it up. And I think we can. That's the thing. I think the rest of the circuit does allow me to catch him up gradually. Through nearly every turn, in fact. So he's 1.2 seconds ahead of me. We're going to go up to this chicane again, where again he'll come out just ahead of me. He's right there, 0.54 seconds ahead of me. But he is staying ahead of me. And this is the bit of the track where I lose at least 1.5 seconds. Dealing with that better each time. It's just whether or not it's going to be enough. Back to being over 2 seconds ahead of me now. But it's coming down again. 1.4 seconds. Wow, this I feel really kind of nervous here. Because it's possible, but we're probably going to get one chance to overtake him. And then if we fail or hit him, then he's going to get away from me again. So we're on the final lap. He's just ahead of me. And wow, this is going to be so tight. Again, took it well, but we're still 2 seconds behind him going into this final bit of this race. Wow, it's so close. I've got to overtake my rival, though. I can't allow him to beat me again. A second place here in San Marino, though, would represent significant progress for me. Even if I've done it before, I feel like this has been a very well... Oh, no! He got in the way of me just at the wrong time. I was going to beat him. We did our best lap time... best ever race time for that run. But we lost to the rival. If we could have just overtaken him. Senna didn't get any points. Schumacher's in the lead of the championship by a point over Senna and Giuffre. We're down to 4th. But only 3 points off the top. Hopefully Williams stick with me because no, we're going to Ferrari. They've got no patience, Williams. The minute you lose a couple of races to your lower rival, you drop down. Giuffre now in a Williams. We drop down to a Ferrari. It's not a disaster because the Ferrari is competitive and we can go back after Williams rather than Senna, which actually sometimes helps as well because, again, going back to that thing about the game not defaulting Senna to the victory. as you saw there, Senna didn't even get any points. So it's Monaco, and we're going to do this today, I think, because why not? This will be an extra long episode to kick off this season, and there's always a good chance I'll crash as well, which is why it makes sense, because it might end up being a much shorter race if that happens. It was nice through there. Still haven't quite mastered this one, but we did really well there, Imola. I'm really disappointed that happened at the end, because I felt like we were so close to beating my rival. And that's where I crash on Monaco, and that's what I'm talking about when I say it's entirely possible that I won't finish this race. Didn't concentrate, was trying to talk about the last race, need to concentrate on this one. We've now got to make our way through the field, in addition to trying to cope with this awful Monaco circuit. We started well though, up into 10th. Wow. To 9th, but we've dropped back quite a lot, 7 seconds behind my rival. We can make a lot of it back. Here we are, we're very close to it now. Extra specially vigilant there, which meant that I hit somebody, but that's okay. Up to 8th. Oh, I took my hand away from the keyboard for just a second, and there we are. I knew that was going to happen. I just felt it. I just wasn't feeling good about that race at all today. So that is the end of today's episode, and it's been a poor episode. We've dropped down to Ferrari. We're 4th in the championship, 12 points behind Senna. All we can hope is that Canada isn't raining and we get a victory there. Ferrari, you've got to be kidding. Yes, indeed. They don't like it when you crash, Ferrari. That is the end of today's episode, as I said. Thank you very much for watching. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. Join the one other person who's subscribed to this channel. That would be magnificent. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you next time.